Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist, one, too. And all in between. This is for the absolute positive, good God and truth of you, only crossing bigger and better. Since age 3, since as far back as I can remember, I only was connected to the good truth of me, feeling more positive than all negativity. And what does that mean? That means that no matter what, right, if I couldn't bring myself to a feeling of more positive than the negative of my reality, right, there was hell to pay. Well, we can just call it my immature, childish ways that never left me. But that's the absolute good God and truth of all I am of reality check. And I'll explain to you why. As I've gotten older, I've been able to articulate myself a lot better, studying and understanding myself and the world around me a lot more to the reality of my words. So I'll start out stating it like this. God, right, is the good of all at 360 degrees. When you feel good, that is the absolute God of you, okay? Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist, one, too. Now, the only way you can stay connected to God as truth, right, is to only cross one more positive, right, when you feel all negativity, only adding up Christ-like, by example, bigger and better than that negativity until it subtracts to one neutral nothing. Just negative of the reality check of you here and now, only crossing more positive and good, bigger and better. That is a fact check. God, truth, a reality check. And every time you cross negative with negativity, right, that is the devil of you, right? I mean, to cross negative with negativity is the devil of you, right? It's the only bad way of you. It's the only delusions of you, right? It's the only hallucinating, nutty, fruity way about you. You hear me? And if one crisscrossing negative with negativity one too long, devilishly delusional, out of their damn minds, retarded to reality, right? Because you are a backfire on your holy existence. You are crisscrossing to what all negative things crisscross to with the energy of them. Static, twisted, scattered, blind, and undefined. To sustain your shape, form, and mass. 2, 1, neutral, nothing. Just negative of you here and now. Absolutely, positively good. Dust the wind at the beginning. Or as it's been explained in physics, back to the negative energy of you, man. The one neutral nothing of you. You hear me? Just negative of you, absolutely, positively good as true. The state of one more positive from the inside out, when you feel all negativity, I can't say it enough, is the only light, joy, warmth, good God or truth, Holy Spirit, for everlasting peace of the God Allah of all will ever know or be. It's the absolute good truth of the example and life of Jesus Christ. The bigger, better of the thieving Holy Spirit than all faithful, foolish negativity I am. That only leaves a fool hanging out, static, twisted, scattered, blind, and undefined to one nothing of shape, form, and mass to be expressed to reality check. Listen to me. Your life is unique. It's a fingerprint to all of existence, right? If it's destroyed, right, it is infinitely destroyed, because once you cross negative to the good truth of your shape, form, mass with energy, right, that negative energy is what you become. And all negative energy is negative always, infinitely negative, static, twisted, scattered, blind, and undefined energy, unless something more positive like the good God and truth of the full thief, man, God, King of all I am, right, absorbs you back up to a bigger and better, more positive state of being, to the here and now of your reality check. Life is a miracle, right? And to articulate this miracle, you have to only cross one more positive when you feel all of all negativity. It's the only way you can add up good as truth with all of all you see, hear, taste, touch, smell, say, and do. The buildings, trees, you, me, everybody of everything. And it's the absolute cap off of all your money. The only bigger and better than a negative deficit to the here and now of your reality check. And if negativity can't keep stating you, it can't keep killing you and destroying you, aging you out with decay and disintegration, suffering and death. To one, neutral nothing, just negative of you here and now, a part of a miracle. Right? To one, neutral nothing, just nothing of you, man. Absolutely, positively, here and now, negative of you, dust the wind at the beginning. The smallest speck, again, is the smallest speck of one positive, one more positive, is the absolute bigger, better, good God and truth of all negativity of reality check, because it only adds up to spite. Let's see. Pista Sophia was an atom, and she split perversely. And when she did, as a backfire of polarity, she split into two energies, positive and negative energies. And these energies run infinitely parallel to one another forever, okay? Or a part of one another forever, okay? And all that was negative of her went to the static, twisted, scattered, undefined matter and point of a neutron, okay? And all that was positive of her went to the absolute positive energy and point of the proton, which is the building blocks of all matter. E equals mc squared. The more positive it is, the more good it is as truth, the absolute bigger, better, good God and truth of that matter. Okay? And at the time when she split, within a fraction of that happening, all the positive energy of the protons overwhelmed the neutrons. Okay? Because the neutrons, by science, were first called neutral, and then they were called no charge. But outside of an atom, they are always negatively deficient, crisscrossing with negative energy to one, nothing, dust, the wind at the beginning. And the only reason why they even have an existence to the here and now of the reality check of them is because of the positive energy of the proton that sustains them and overwhelms the negative charge of their reality to the one, neutral, nothing of them. And in return, makes all the matter creation applied one to the here and now existence of all reality check. And when this happened, right, and all the inertia of existence had settled, and the energy of the Son of God of all I am, the good God and truth of the pre-Adamite man of all I am, right, encompassed the earth and overwhelmed the inertia of it. And there was a pre-Adamite ape species on the earth at the time, and the even Holy Spirit of all I am, of positive energy, right, went to the cavern of woe, as the Cobran Bible states, and incarnated a she-ape. And that she-ape became a woman, okay? And through this orgasmic affair, because anytime you're more positive than any animalistic negativity, it's an orgasmic affair, right? Through this orgasmic affair, she became a woman, but the first pre-Adamite male of the full thief man, God, and King of all I am was created, okay? And all that was left of her species had, at this time, pretty much threw themselves over a cliff. And all who bred with the Adamite male of all I am, right, that was left of them, became the God Kings that created the pyramid dynamo around the world. That was a true sister reflection of the one God, the energy of the Son of God, of the good God and truth of the proton of the absolute bigger, better Adam man, first evolved the triple male, God, truth, a reality check of all I am. And the rest of them, okay, because she was the she ape was created an ape and became a woman in the cavern of woe. And if you know anything about women physiology, human women are the only ones that can have orgasms. And when this happened, it changed her. It made her more evolved to a higher energy state of being. Okay, so anything that bred with her, right, got a secondary effect of that energy, but it was a lower energy in which they were evolved to. So they were already articulating more unevolved than the God Kings from jump. Okay, and because of this, they had an inferior way. Okay. Now I'm just going to go back to just what a caveman would sound like if they were saying mom, dad, good, bad, up, down. Right? Okay, and I want you to get an understanding of what I'm trying to tell you. Da, da, up, down, ba. Now listen, the reason why I spoke like this is because these people articulated out that way with the good and bad of them, right? Through the moms and dads of them, right? Okay? Through the ups and downs of them. That's the only way they can, absolutely positively, right? And because they didn't have enough positive energy, right, to the mind, to the body, right, they were already articulating unevolved, right? And through this unevolved way, they were hoarders of resources, right? They were more animalistic in the mind than man, okay? And they despised the God Kings because the God Kings got so proficient with living that they did not die, okay? And they sustained all the fortunes of reality, okay? Wherever there was a pyramid structure originally, okay, a God King was stated. And wherever those pyramid structures were stated originally, it was stated as a reflection to that part of the light spectrum in the sky at that time, whatever stars was over there, to show that the earth was not only a true reflection of the energy of the Son of God, it was a true reflection of the absolute positive good God and truth of all reality. Check I am at 360 degrees from the inside out to the here and now reality check. And because they were more animalistic, the monkey men, and this is where Shiva come in. If you hear the word Shiva, you hear the word Eva, okay? Well, through Shiva, that lineage, okay, that monkey lineage, they overthrew the God Kings, okay? And as they was coming out of the first destruction, in the Book of Gleamings, it speaks about it. When the enlightenment was lost in their tribes, they knew it. One, they knew it because women, okay, were being abused over it, okay? Because the men got upset with how the women were acting in the Book of Gleamings. Instead of bringing them back more positive, be good as truth, right? They just hated them out, okay? And just like most faithfully power-tripping men today, right? They inferiorly treat women less than one more positive to be good as the absolute equal of them. You hear me? Okay? Not the neutral of them, but the equal of them, okay? Listen, I want to explain something to you. Anything that's more positive, right, of a picture is produced out through that negative, okay? And during the exposure of that picture, right, depending on how that light's reflected on it, is depending on how it's produced, how it's projected. You understand? And it's the same with life. It's the same with all imagery of reality check. You hear me? If you cannot project yourself one more positive, good as truth, because you're faithfully blind and undefined, articulated to a dead language, right? Or a dying language created by monkeys, right? Well, in reality check, you can't always do bigger and better than the negativity. You're always stuck in a bad way. And every time you cross with faith, right, you do like Pistis Sophia. When she crossed as a backfire, right? She she crisscrossed devilishly delusional on herself, okay? And through the neutrons of her, right? She perversely created all creation of existence to the reality of matter, okay? And I say perversely because prior to that, everything was just one force of absolute positive energy just flowing through whatever, yeah, okay? So that we know, and we know we're connected to that. We're not apart from that. We are in that. That is happening. You hear me? That is happening. So says all the energy of existence. But prior to that, it was only one flow, okay? And this creation came upon itself as a part of that energy, overwhelming the negative of her crisscrossing, okay? Now here's the thing. That force of energy I embody to the good God and truth of all I am of reality check, because that force of energy, right? E does equal MC squared. The more positive you are, the more good you are. Now, I tell you, holy good God, and truthfully, okay, what is absolutely bigger and better than wanting to cross all you are of mankind, bigger and better than all negativity, to be good as truth? God, kings and queens of infinity that never suffer out of existence, decay, disintegrate, or die, or have a bad day or way they can't shake absolutely positively, like it's some one nothing negativity, the neutral nothing, just absolutely positively up out of the reality check. And I'll tell you something. I'll answer that question right here by myself. Nothing. Listen to me. If you can find a more powerful force, right? We're the only creatures of existence, right, that can articulate the absolute positive good God and truth of us to only bigger and better. And if we don't do it, we're as dumb as any animals that ever existed. And I love you enough to tell you, whoever you are, man, quit acting like a freaking monkey, a snake, a crazy ass on yourself. Black, white, purple, green, I don't care what color you are. Listen, we're all one same. We're people, man. And we are more evolved than animals, even the worst of us. You hear me? And if you don't know that, you're going to find out real quick, because I'm going to put it to you. I'm not having it. Listen to me, like I said, since age of 3, right? If it's not a more nurturing affair to the bigger and better of my reality only being good as truth, right? To the bigger and better of everything around me, well, I'm having my way with it, because I know the good God and truth of it ain't supposed to be that way. Listen to me. This is how you balance out reality. You hear me? You start with your own negatives, right? And you say to yourself, is this more negative than positive? And you go through your days and your lives and you train yourself, and then you articulate it back to the people you know. Because if you don't, right, you're committing suicide for it. And once you are one nothing, that one nothing could be the forever of you, man. Because even though it's absolutely positively possible, right, that a person could be brought back good as truth to the bigger and better of all they are of shape, form, and mass. Well, in reality check, that could be a long time off. And if you're nothing but negative energy and flux of negative energy, Lord knows what's happening to you at that point. But I'll tell you, the Gospel of Philip says that these people were in horror. That what they were of energy, right? It's just they you know. He asked them, you know, why can't the people? What's going on with them? And Jesus straight up told him, so listen, they didn't want it. They never desired it. You hear me? In the Gospel of Thomas 70, it says, what you produce from the inside out will save your life. And what you don't have to produce will kill you. You hear me? Same with the Gospel of Thomas 3. If you're not above the poverty, you are the poverty. You are the creation of the poverty. You hear me? As stated at the crucifixion, you have to man up and steal your life back from all faithful negativity, right? Until all only subtracts to one nothing, to the absolute bigger and better of you, only being more positive and good as truth. If you don't go splat, you can absolutely positively have not a faithful doubt. Do the bigger and better of that. And if you do, you will always be that way. Now, back to Lord Shiva and the monkey lineage. After the Book of Gleamings, right? Lord knows how much time come between that and Adam and Eve. But it was a lot. You can believe that. But I know this, the two tribes, because the Book of Gleamings says there's two different types of people, well, more than two, but the God Kings did not mix with the other people because the other people died. And I know that Adam, right, knew that he wasn't supposed to die. He was created not to die. He knew that, and he knew life was good. And Eve, right, was a shaft of negativity that he could not articulate back to only cross one more positive to be good as truth, the absolute bigger and better of that negativity. Because to the reality check of him, he could only articulate to Eve, unevolved. And if he would have crossed her in that whole situation with the snake, the fruit, and only one more positive to only add us up good as the good God and truth of the thief and Holy Spirit, God, King, Adam, man, first evolved, the triple male of all I am. Well, we wouldn't be worrying about Russia getting 300,000 more troops today. We wouldn't be worried about Donald Trump being the Antichrist. You hear me? We wouldn't be worried about Joe Biden, not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be worried about none of that. Listen, all would be good. We would all have homes. We would all respect each other. All would be decent and kind. None of this would exist. This is all perversion of the positive good God and truth of us to reality check. Listen, the only thing that you need, man, and the only thing you was created with was a place to sustain, enough to eat, and enough energy, right? So if things got tough, you could get warm or cold, right? As needed, right? Enough food, And I'm a father, and I'm the overseer of my kids, right? If I don't take care of my kids, I'm neglecting them. If you're the hierarchy of us, right? And you don't make sure we always have something to eat, something to drink, the bare minimum through maybe a tax or something, you're neglecting us. And that's your problems on the streets. And that's the reason why you have these jails, these prisons, and these wars, because you can't articulate back one more positive to only be good as truth with all you are. You can't say to yourself, this is negative. I'm only blindsided by it. I need to do something more positive. Let's be good. You can't tell your friends that. You know why? Because you got a monkey mind, man. This is good, this is bad. You know what I mean? Good ain't bad. Good ain't good, and bad ain't bad. But I'll tell you something. Positive is positive, and negative is negative in all things. You hear me? Now, the more positive you are, the more good you are. That's the truth. To be positive, right, is the Spirit, the Holy Spirit of God, of all I am, right? The absolute bigger, better of every fiber of existence of my being of a man, right? And all negativity I am. And I'll tell you something. If you don't know, man, right, because you've been raised in an unenlightened state, right, a lesser way of being, right, through a monkey mind, right, that all you're adding up for, right. I mean, I just got to say it. I just got to ask. I mean, just nobody, none of you billionaires or trillionaires, right, could articulate with all the science, with all these people that you have, man, right, what I'm stating here and now. And you add up all that money and all this wealth and hordes, man, right? Well, you got these little babies all over the place and these raggedy people living out, man. You can't see that difference is more than in money. You don't have a developed mind enough to get that. Come on, man. That difference, right, is yours. You know what I mean? You're the more positive of that difference. Now listen to me. If that difference is weighed at a negative scale, well, you're going to hell. Listen to me. And, well, that's going to nothing. You hear me? That's a fact. I'm keeping it real with you. If you don't change, right, the way you articulate your money to the reality of the whole earth being good as truth, absolutely one more positive for you, the bigger and better of you always, right? Then you're just some goddamn fool, you hear me? You're more monkey than man, you're unevolved, you're out here articulating stupidity and death, retardedness to all you love, cherish, and all the money you'll ever have or achieve, man. It gets the bigger and better of me why people would be so unenlightened and unevolved that they couldn't even articulate true prosperity. It's a sad state of affairs, and all that money ain't shit. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Say here, clowning and loving life, and I ain't got shit. If the whole fucking spot fell in right now, if old dummy over there dropped a bomb, if the fucking, it wouldn't matter, man. You understand? Listen, there's a bomb up the street the other day. Listen, I evacuated for the sake of my baby, but I'll tell you something on that. Listen to me. I know the truth of things. If they're one more positive, and all negativity, they're good. That's the truth. They can't be destroyed. And if they are destroyed, that's the bigger and better God of them. That's the absolute good God and truth of it. Listen, I have no funny way about that. I'm not articulated to be stuck on anything. You hear me? Not none of it, except existing to the bigger and better of all of it, only being more positive and good in reality check. You hear me? Sometimes I can do that here and now, to the today and way of me, and sometimes that's a future endeavor where the heart has to put the drive, but no, the reality check of me. You hear me? I ain't having it. Listen, unless I go splat, I'm going to absolutely positively have not a faithful doubt due to good God and truth of the absolute bigger and better than that negative way. And I'm going to articulate and I'm going to rob every fool blindly, man, with faith to one neutral nothing, man. Just negative on my here and now. You hear me? Either you're going to stop being a faithfully perverse, whacked out fool with the knowledge I gave you, man, or you will die of it. You will come to your end and it will be over for you. You have not enough money. There's not enough power. You ain't got enough bombs. You can't hurt enough people I know. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? You're helpless to the fact. You understand? I'm going to make it regardless. If I make it, then everything I am makes it, right? That's the fact of a miracle. That's the fact of things only adding up bigger and better forever. So, whatever the fuck, whatever, you understand. Listen, your whole body is stated with atoms. When these atoms are more positive and negative, you're one holy, good God and truth to the absolute bigger and better of all negativity. Anywhere your state of creation applied to existence of all God, truth, reality check. You put that to the test. But I'll tell you what, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. And I don't say that because I'm surrounded by anything except the more positive, good God and truth of me, doing the absolute bigger and better than any foolish, faithful negativity. To stay good as truth. Listen to me. I ain't having it. I'm stealing it up out of reality, and it can be the easy way or the hard way. You hear me? Any way it goes, a faithful articulation to life, right, has to cease to exist. You hear me? And it's your choice. It's your choice. You could hate me for it, but I didn't create it. Listen, I'm just one with it. I don't want to be destroyed for it. I want you to be good too. You hear me? I want you to always add up and be the bigger, better men and women of all God's reality. I really, honestly, truly mean that. I don't care who you are. You understand? I don't care who you are. See? That's why the good of God is with me as truth, because it's only articulated through a man. We're the highest species of reality to earth. You can't say to a dog or a cat. Listen to me. Be more positive than that negativity. The only man, the motherfucker ain't gonna know no arithmetic, and even if you did teach a monkey, they still ain't gonna get it. But they'll definitely get good and bad. No. Bad boy. Understand? Don't be monkey-minded, be man-minded. And that's a fact check. That's God, truth, and reality check. For the full thief, man, God, King, Adam, man, first evolved, the triple male of all I am. That's a fact. Peace.